Last night, what happened here in the centre of Salisbury resulted in teams wearing full protective suits.
Detectives say they are keeping an open mind about the incident and are working to find out whether a crime has been committed.
I'd been in post as Director of Public Health for 3 months when this incident happened. So it was already a really busy morning. We'd had the beast from the east that weekend, and I got a phone call on my way into work. It was Superintendent Dave Minty that called in.
Are you still there, Dave?
And started to outline specifics of 2 individuals that had been found in a very poorly state in Salisbury on the Sunday afternoon. And from that, there was a lot of questions that couldn't quite be answered on that call.
The people who took ill at the Maltings yesterday are Sergei and Yulia Skripal, father and daughter. They're Russian.
Okay.
It was clear it was really unusual because of the speed of the onset of symptoms. We quickly had worked out where they'd been that afternoon, so we knew that they'd been to a bar, and we also knew that they'd been to a restaurant. But for it to be onset of symptoms as a result of that didn't make sense. They didn't quite fit a profile of somebody that would have used illegal substances or drugs in any way. So there was just a lot of questions around it, nothing quite pieced together. So you knew instinctively it was quite unusual. Obviously, it'd be over the coming hours and days where the true impact and volume of that would really become known. For a nerve agent to be used in this context was horrifying, really. But there wasn't any guidebook from it at all. We were working on that as we went. This was an extraordinary event, and thankfully it was an extraordinary event that was handled by some extraordinary people. There is a cast of many that worked on this and a cast of hundreds behind them. And you always say that people's true selves emerge in moments of stress. We should be incredibly honoured because what I saw was the very best of people, and it's been an honour to be part of that team.
It was developed by the USSR during the Cold War, and it's one of the deadliest synthetic substances on Earth. It's so toxic that a spoonful, with the right delivery mechanism, could kill thousands.
Salisbury Hospital has declared a major incident.
So myself and a colleague went down in those early days. We met with the residents that lived closest to the house, just to try and get a sense of what their anxiety was and what their needs were, to work through what was an incredible set of circumstances for them. The intrusion to their private space was quite phenomenal.
Tracy Daszkiewicz, Director of Public Health for Wiltshire.
My kids were playing here this morning. I want a bloody explanation, and I want it now.
I'll tell you what, you make me a cuppa, and I'll tell you everything I can. How's that?
All right.
Yeah.
The days were easily 18, 20 hours long for those first early weeks of response. The exhaustion was tempered by the fact that you were so incredibly busy, so you didn't realise the hours that were passing. It was only on those snapped moments when you did get home and you did realise that you hadn't set eyes on any member of your family for 4 or 5 days. It's only on reflection that you actually realise what that impact was. At the time, you don't have time to think about it. There's a job to do, and that's what you're focused on. As we've started to open up and talk about it more as a family and friends, you do realise that your absence creates something that you hadn't quite expected.
Mum? Dad?
There was a moment with Toby where the absence had become apparent.
Tobes, I'm so sorry.
Give me my key.
I'll come back with you.
Give me my key.
Toby!
Don't follow me!
Hearing Ted's account and my daughter's account and friends' accounts and my son's accounts of it about how absent I was even when I was there in body. There was one night I remember Ted giving me a shove and saying, I can hear you thinking, go to sleep, because you just didn't switch off.
You okay?
Yeah.
And the way I would jump if the phone rang, just my reactions to things have changed. I haven't seen them in myself, but other people have noted them for me. From a family and friends point of view, I've learned strength and vulnerability. The strength of some people around me, but also how vulnerable some relationships that I really regarded as being quite strong, how vulnerable they were. It has cost me friends. You know, there are friends that have made their feelings known, and that is really sad. I missed a friend's wedding, I missed a friend's husband's funeral. So those very crucial landmark things that you will never get back, that will leave scars on friendships. But for at the time, there was nothing more I could do than to be focused on this.
Right, we'll see you soon, love.
See you, Mum.
I suppose the most challenging part of this happened with the second incident. I had worked with Dawn 3 years prior to the incident on a project, a community project. She had been one of the people that had come from the community to work with us and give us her views. So when it was her photo that was shared on that morning, it really hit me. I knew that she was a mom. I knew how funny she was. I remembered her. She was a very, very big character. And to realise that somebody as vibrant as that had been, at that point, contaminated in this way. And obviously a few days later, for her to lose her life, that for me and will remain the most harrowing part of all of this. Whether you can say a place is recovered, I don't know, because I don't know how you can truly assess whether the place was ever broken by this or whether it immediately rallied and showed the strength against that level of adversity. This is an amazing town and city with very unique communities and a unique offer, and that remains. That hasn't been blighted by the events there.